the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals lifted the stay on the Biden administration's vaccine mandate for businesses with 100 or more employees that was scheduled to go into effect January 4th. Now, technically, it still goes into effect as it stands at this moment on January 4th, but the enforcement would not begin until February 9th. So it would give companies an additional 30 days, or a little bit more than that, to figure out how they were going to do this, watching people get tested who aren't vaccinated, putting that into a system, creating new databases. So what did we do? We represent the Heritage Foundation in this case. We filed an emergency action at the Supreme Court on Saturday evening. They've just now issued an order asking for the Department of Justice to provide briefing by 4 p.m. Eastern Time on December 30th, so exactly 10 days from right now. They have not yet issued anything on a stay for that time period in between. Now, technically, between now and December 30th, it's not into effect yet, so I don't know if they need an administrative stay for that period of time.
I'm rather surprised that there hasn't been an administrative stay issued by the Circuit Justice Brett Kavanaugh and a referral to the full court, but instead there was a briefing schedule set for December 30th.
This is going to move in rapid fire. I mean, this is going to be very, very quick. You're going to see, I think before January 4th, Harry, we're going to get an opinion.
I think that's
I think
that's very, very likely, and I think the key question at the moment is whether that opinion is simply a disposition by Justice Kavanaugh alone, or whether or not the entire court takes this up.
You're supposed to be in compliance on January 4th. They just aren't going to fine you until February 9th.
No, but the law, like you said, the law comes into effect on January 4th. This is not a vaccine mandate, okay? It is if you're vaccinated, you don't have to be tested. If you're not vaccinated, you get tested once a week and wear a mask. And that's where this becomes a little bit more of a tug of the nature.
Your documentation,
but you've got to provide documentation. It puts the employer in a terrible spot.
The employees that are, if that definition changes, you're going to have to go back through that again. If it requires a booster shot to technically be vaccinated. The employees that aren't, they have to be tested weekly. They bring a test in. They have to buy themselves. I guess you set what day that'll be. Someone has to sit with them for that 15 minutes, watch them take the test, then record the results of the test, and that's a weekly basis. That creates a database. So you will know if you're in any kind of employment situation right now where it's been, up to the employees to kind of self-govern, and that will be done starting January 4th. With penalties beginning February 9th. No companies can survive, and that's how these penalties are created by OSHA. And when OSHA does things that are good for employees to protect them in the workplace, in the past, the fines are crippling for a reason. Yeah. We were talking about this before, like asbestos and things like that. There's reasons why OSHA exists for the American employee. They're supposed to be protecting the employees. But what this is actually doing is freaking out employees.
This could move unbelievably quick because the implication date, the date of its implementation, is January 4th. They're not going to penalties start till February 9th. But the scenarios of difficulty with complying with this are unbelievable. We're ready. Your support makes a huge difference at aclj.org.